Hey everybody, how's it going? We're talking about cuddle scents for summer nights. So if you're planning to do any late night bonfires, drive-in movies, trying to snuggle up with a significant other, or somebody that you just met, then these are perfect. We've got unisex, feminine, and masculine. We're gonna start with a feminine scent, Black Opium by YSL. Now, if you kind of rolled your eyes when you saw this fragrance pop up, I get you, but I have to put this on the list, especially for beginners. If you're somebody that does not know what to buy and you're looking for a sexy, sweet, compliment-getting, head-turning fragrance, this will absolutely do all of that, all right? There's a reason why this fragrance gets some hate, but that's just because it's really popular, you know how it goes, right? When something's popular, people like to hate on it. They say it's overrated, blah, 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 blah. But in actuality, when you wear this in public, nobody's gonna hate on you, all right? In fact, you're gonna notice that, holy shit, people really love this scent. This is a massive compliment getter. And if you're somebody that kind of wants that bit of confidence, you know for sure if you wear Black Opium when it's cold outside, you're gonna be smelling fantastic, all right? So this fragrance there's some coffee in the opening, which kind of makes it more addicting, at least to my nose. Like, it's something that I'm always drawn to, right? And then as it dries down, there's some vanilla. When my sister wears this, she gets a little bit of a warm spice, and it's honestly still a really, really nice fragrance. And I've smelled a lot of different types of scents before, and this is still something that I think is a great fragrance. So I'm never gonna knock it just because the internet hates on it, you know what I mean? So Black Opium by YSL. Next is a unisex fragrance called Tobacco Veneer by Tom Ford. And this scent right here has a crazy scent trail. Now, to me, this doesn't smell like tobacco. In fact, it kind of smells like gingerbread cookies. It reminds me of the holidays, but that's what's really comforting and cozy about this scent, is that it smells familiar. It smells warm. So when somebody is getting closer to you and they're smelling this, it's just kind of something that it's easy to fall into. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it has to be on this list, because this fragrance leads to a lot of cuddles, all right? So I will say that the performance, easily over 12 hours. With Black Opium, over 8 hours. It is a pretty good performing fragrance. With Tobacco Veneer, over 12 hours. Really nice projection. I remember when I entered the room one time and somebody immediately smelled me from across the room. So this thing does push, but it's one of those scents that the closer you get to it, it still smells amazing. It doesn't become off-putting or too potent or anything like that. So yeah, the gingerbread cookie kind of mixed with a chai latte is Tobacco Veneer. To me. All right, so anybody can wear this one. Next, we've got the fragrance that inspired this entire video, by the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, from the replica lineup. Now, this fragrance is also very unisex. It doesn't matter who wears it. They are going to smell fantastic. So what I love about By the Fireplace is it smells exactly like the name implies. And on top of that, it's a unique fragrance. This is not something that you're ever gonna get confused with anything else, all right? There's no way that someone's gonna come up to you and be like, oh, are you wearing Stronger With You by Armani? Because the type of scent profile that this has really separates it from everything else. So to me, it kind of reminds me of the smell of s'mores when they're roasting, and then just like burning fire in the opening, all right? So the burning fire can be pretty intense for some people, where they're like, holy shit, that does smell like fire. But trust me, give it a chance to kind of dry down, and you'll see that sweetness start to kick in. Some people get a chestnut sort of smell as well, but also a very nice warm scent. I mean, like, look at the color of this thing. It's just this nice warm amber, and it just smells so good. Now, to some people, this gets a bit too sweet for them, but with my personal experience wearing this has never gotten any complaints. It has always pulled a lot of love, a lot of compliments, a lot of, holy shit, that smells really, really good. And I have worn this to a bonfire, and it was perfect. Seriously, such an amazing fragrance. Very cuddly, snuggly. If you like nose to the neck type of reactions, then give this one a shot, all right? I'll put the names of the fragrances and discount site links and samples and all that in the description in case you want to support the channel and save yourself some money. But please, buy where you're comfortable, all right? Next is going to be a more masculine scent called Club Black by Mercedes-Benz. And this is a vanilla benzoin fragrance. What you're going to notice about the fragrances on this list is a lot of them do have that vanilla scent. And to be honest, vanilla is probably the most popular note I get asked about, where people are like, what's the best vanilla fragrance? What's the sexiest vanilla scent? So this list is probably perfect for all those people asking. But if you don't know what benzoin is pretty much vanilla that can fight. It's like a naughty vanilla mixed with your regular vanilla, and boom, you have Club Black by Mercedes. Now, some people sort of get a boozy sort of smell to this, but I sort of get it, but this is just a nice fragrance. You're wearing a sweater, everything is relaxed, you've got a nice cozy fragrance on you, and people just want to snuggle up close to you, all right? A very, very gorgeous fragrance. Next is a unisex fragrance disguised as a masculine scent, and it's Pie by Givenchy. This is kind of like a powdery vanilla fragrance in my opinion. Like I've said in all my videos where I talk about this, it has a cult following, all right? So if you're ever looking for a nice cuddly fragrance that will show out, that has that track record, then just go for Pie, all right? This is a great blind buy if this is the type of video you've been looking for, all right? Pie, especially when it comes to the feminine nose. A lot of women love this fragrance. There's never been a woman I wore this around that didn't like it. In fact, they were just on my neck for long periods of time. So Pie definitely shows through. And the performance I get on this is actually pretty solid. I get over 6-7 hours of performance with this, and the projection is pretty nice as well. And please tell me that this thing is still recording. Thank God. All right, we're gonna move it down to this fragrance right here. Some niche scents. This one is called Rehab by Anicio. And honestly, this is my favorite fragrance from the brand. And it smells like, honestly, a refined, high-quality version of Spice Bomb Extreme. Now, I do prefer Spice Bomb Extreme to this, but in terms for like a cozy scent, a cuddly scent, I would take Rehab over it, because there is something about this scent where people are just telling me when I wear it that I just smell really nice. They're like, I like that. You know what I mean? It's nothing that's super sexy. It's nothing that's really bold, but it's something that people like, it just kind of gives people that sigh of like comfort when they're near you. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh yeah, like they can just kind of unwind, get comfortable, and it's all good. So to me, Rehab doesn't really have vanilla in it, at least when I wear it. I do smell more spices, so if you're somebody that wants a warm, spicy scent, then go for this one. Yeah. Oh, I like this one. This one's also a unisex fragrance, by the way, which is why to me Spice Bomb Extreme is a unisex scent, even though it's marketed to men. But of course, skin chemistry is a huge thing. So I remember I did test this on my skin, and then I tested it on a guy's skin. It smells very different, all right? So if you're a guy wondering if you wear this, it might smell too feminine, or a girl thinking that, oh, am I gonna smell like a guy if I throw that on? No, all right? You're gonna still smell very much like how you are, but better with this scent, all right? So there is some lavender that does kind of give it that cleanliness, but overall, gorgeous fragrance, high quality type of scent. Next is going to be the beast, Oud Symphony by Precious Liquid. Also a unisex fragrance. I will say some people have different opinions about this, because this has some passion fruit and blackcurrant, and typically with fruity fragrances, more people label that as feminine, which is fine. But the other thing is this fragrance also has some rum, and it has a really nice oud in the base. So to me, it's kind of like Rehab, where it does not matter who wears this. You're going to smell great. You're going to smell sexy. You're going to smell different. All right. That's what I really enjoy about this fragrance, is that it's niche quality, but when you wear it in public, when you're wearing it around people that don't know anything about fragrances, they really love this because it's still very mass appealing. It's still a high compliment getter. And it's also a fragrance that's going to please people that are into niche fragrances because there is, it is bold in comparison to a lot of other fragrances there. So I think if you're a fan of that MFK scent, it's like that blue one, Oud Satin Mood, I think you're going to like this one. And what's interesting is I don't like Oud Satin Mood, but I like this fragrance. But like there's just something similar yet so different about them. But yeah, I love, love, love Oud Symphony by Precious Liquid. All right, we're gonna go down here with, oh man, this one, I can't not put it on the list. Intense Cafe by Montal. Unisex fragrance, a little bit more on the feminine side, honestly, but it smells like roses and coffee. So the rose completely carries this fragrance, but then the coffee plays more second fiddle to it, kind of giving it a more addictive sort of scent. And this is a fragrance that whenever I hug people, they are just on my neck for a long time, just complimenting me. They'll take like a deep sniff and they're like, you smell really good. And I'm just like, thank you. I'm just like patting their back, rubbing their back, whatever. So Intense Cafe is just really nice. Like if you're going to a movie, like a drive-in movie, you know what I'm saying? And then you guys are all like bundled up and then you've got this kind of wafting around the air and you got your significant other, like you guys are drinking hot chocolate or coffee or something like that. And you got on Intense Cafe. It's literally the perfect situation for this fragrance right here. I can't explain it enough, but this scent pulls like crazy. It makes people weak in the knees and it has a lot of people in a chokehold. And yes, I'm not just talking about people into fragrances. I am talking about everybody, all right? Intense Cafe by Montal. Oh shit, don't fall, all right. And I have to talk about the bougiest fragrance on this list. It's Sultan by Royal Crown, all right? These are for people that just don't mind dropping $500, $600 on a fragrance because that's just how much of a high roller they are. They're a baller, all right? So Sultan is another unisex fragrance, but this is a very interesting vanilla, all right? Honestly, when I first smelled this fragrance or before I smelled it, I was kind of thinking that it would be a whatever type of scent, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, it's gonna be a niche scent that's super expensive but doesn't smell like something a lot of people would like, but I was wrong. To me, this is kind of like a niche version of By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. And that might be like, I don't want to say like an outlier type of opinion, but I'm definitely going to say it because it did remind me of By the Fireplace. Now, it doesn't smell super like burning wood like this one does, but there is a fiery sort of incense with this fragrance. But trust me, all right, like it doesn't smell like you're at church, because with incense fragrances and me, once I smell that, I'm usually out of there. I'm like, no, I don't want to smell like incense at all. But for some reason, the incense in this scent is not super noticeable, but it's just a little bit in the background to make this, to kind of give it more complexity and to give it more uniqueness and more of that curiosity type of factor, you know what I mean? Where people are like, ooh, smells nice. Like, what is that? So it does have that fiery smell, but I think the vanilla in here, I think it's like a Tahitian vanilla, if I remember correctly, and that shit's sexy. All right, this fragrance is a long-lasting scent, but again, very, very bougie. So yeah, if you got it like that and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get that fragrance, then this is for you. You know what I'm saying? This is a high roller type of fragrance right here. But the bottle's super heavy if you're into presentation, but the smell itself is still something that's gonna get a lot of compliments and still something that's just kind of gonna hook people in. Or when they smell it from a couple arms lengths away, they'll be like, ooh, you smell nice, and they'll kind of walk closer and just do this to you, you know, near your chest and be like, oh yeah, that's good. That one's really good. So very unisex. Anybody can wear this fragrance. Again, I'll put the names of the fragrances, discount site links, and samples in the description. There's, I believe it's global shipping. I was going to say international, but does domestic, international, all that sort of stuff. in the description in case you want to save yourself some money and support the channel. But if not, please buy where you're comfortable. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.